How are we doing, everybody? Welcome to episode 14 of the Two Grumpy Wolves / the Three Grumpy Wolves. And Sutty's already started Dapper off, so that's a good introduction.
Sorry.
Won't say no more.
How are we doing, boys? We all good?
I'm good, thank you. Yourself, Dan?
Yeah, sound, mate, sound. Apologies for the lateness, guys. I've been trying to sort a couple of things out, but we are here. Hope you all doing well, everybody. Make sure you're getting in the chat. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, Neil, Jonah, Wolfman. What a name, Wolfman. Tommy,
Wolfman.
Paul, Matthew, Finn, Joe, Broken, load of people, Sativa. Get in the chat. Make sure you get involved, guys. And while you're at it as well, make sure you're liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting the notification bell. We've got a big... Go on.
Sorry, Danny. Is his name Broken because he follows Wolves?
Probably, mate. And he shares the same... We all share the same fucking name, don't we, basically? So basically, guys, we've got a lot to get on to today. We've got to talk a little bit about the Fulham game, which probably shouldn't take very long. Just like the highlights of that game. And then we're going to talk about a little bit of news around some of the players that may or may not have been a little bit rumoured around the old Molineux just recently. And then we're going to finish things off. It's going to probably take most of the podcast, to be fair, because we're going to do the worst of the season awards, considering how shit this season's been. And the idea came, boys... The idea came because some people, including our wonderful club, have tried to push us to vote for player of the season in a season in which we've won... Was it... Someone remind me how many games we've won, sorry. Three games and not won away all season. Maybe that can change against Burnley. But I just found that hilarious. And I just thought to myself... I do normally do like an end of season thing for our podcasts, but we've never had a season quite this bad. So I thought, let's do a worst of the season, which should be quite funny. And I've got a load of you guys on our Discord involved in that. But yeah, that's what's on the agenda. Sutty, you weren't at the Fulham game in terms of being sat down in your usual seat, were you? What were you up to, mate?
This is normal. So we turned up at 12 o'clock on the Waterloo Road and unveiled a nice new big flag right opposite the Billy White entrance where Nathan Shee, players, everybody go in. And we stood there for 5 hours with these flags. Thousands of people came up and shook our hands and said, keep up the great work. Took photographs. I think we were on Express and Star within 23 minutes of arriving and getting the flags up and what have you. So that they put us on there. Liam Keane put us on there straight away. And it went quite well, apart from one bloke wasn't very happy with me. But it was quite funny actually, because just before full time, he gave us a mouthful by putting the flags up, saying they're the best owners we've ever had, and what do we ever well expect? And I need to go and find a multi-billionaire to buy the football club. But as I said to him, that's not my job. That's not my job. My job is to pull these people to account, and in the hope that they may change tact and start doing things as they did in years 2, 3, and 4, and start putting this football club first as a football club, not as a commercial asset that gives them a bit of advertisement. Well, not a bit, quite a lot of advertisement worldwide under our badge. He didn't really like me saying that. And I asked him to come over the road and we'd just have a little bit of a chat, but he got halfway across and then turned back. The police came and had a chat with us, asked us what we were doing, and they were very good, the police, and said you're quite within your rights to to stand here in a peaceful protest. And if you get any bother, just give us a shout. So they were good as gold. They had a chat with us for 5 minutes, and the one police officer who does all the away games for Wolves, so you get to know these people. He said, I'm just as frustrated as you are, really, mate. He said, but I have to do my job, you know. I said, yeah, that's fair enough, mate. You would get no bother off us. But on 85 minutes, when we stood on the Waterloo Road, the chopsy bloke that gave us a load of grief goes scurrying past 10 minutes before full time, which I found quite amusing. And I shouted across to him, not very good then, kid, was it? And he just carried on walking. He couldn't even look at me, which I don't actually think he thought we'd still be there, to be honest. But no, it's not about numbers. It was never about numbers. It's about exposure and thousands of retweets of flags and whatever, just to let them know that we're watching you still.
Which, to be fair, I think's more than more than appropriate, really. I mean, we are going into what is going to be an absolute shit show, really, in terms of the transfer window and everything that's coming along with that, Dapper. So, to be honest, we need to hold them into account, because at the end of the day, they're the ones promising the world. So if they're not going to deliver it, they need to know the repercussions. At the end of the day, one of those repercussions is protest, isn't it? So they need to know that it's on the edge, at least, teetering. So yeah, fair play, Sutty. Dapper, we were there. Well, I wasn't actually there because I refused to do that and give them any of my money, but there you go. I did watch it. What did you sort of think of the Fulham game, Dapper? What was your sort of overall sort of feeling towards the game?
Best game of the season, I suppose, bar the 2 wins against Liverpool and Villa. I do believe after the meeting, after Edwards was given a round of fucks, he actually changed the formation. So we played 4 at the back, 2 defensive midfielders still. But the young man Gomez, playing as a winger, was outstanding. He run every blade of glass, and he was just superb. I think Andre actually set it up. He pivoted in midfield, played it to our Gomez. I think their left back slipped a little bit, but he still was going to do him for pace. Put a lovely ball into Chan, and we all know when Chan used to play and he was on that goal-scoring run, he was a fox in the box. Not playing wide left, midfield, or anywhere, any position. The kid was actually in the right spot, took a lovely first touch, laid it off to go, Manny, bang, goal. Very simple. That might have been 5 or 6 touches from the halfway line, 5 or 6 touches, goal.
Yeah.
But it was still flat, still very, nothing exciting. Second half was drab. Basically, I think he changed his formation because he got a round of fucks in the meeting. By that, it was just an average football game. I do believe Fulham was on the beach.
Yeah.
Not impressed. I was impressed with our Gomez. Bar that, the rest, and obviously Manny's goal. Bar that, nothing to shout home about. Like, guys, nothing at all, really.
Would you say it's more sort of like individual performances rather than like an overall cohesive team?
It was like a friendly to me. Yeah, a couple of people who want to keep the Argo Messi's, the Mannies of this world. The rest can fuck off down the road for me.
Yeah. Well, I think my assessment of the game was, like you say, playing a 4-2-3-1 was something that we've been screaming for God knows how long. Something different. Do you know what I mean? Just show something different. Just keep doing the same things over and over again. Drawing every now and then, but mostly losing games in a certain formation with a certain, player, like certain amount of players.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you've gone to a 4-2-3-1. You've put a few players in their actual formations, and you've got something out of the game. You've got a lot more attacking intent. I mean, I'm saying that from the last game that we watched, which was Brighton, where we got absolutely destroyed. So yes, okay, there was some good parts of the game. I've got to be honest. There was some good parts of the game. in which some of our attackers actually looked like they knew what they were doing for once. The only problem with this for me is the midfield, man. In that 4-2-3-1, our midfielders really, really showed that really they are fighters in terms of they'll get you the ball back, but when they've actually got the ball and then getting you up the pitch, they ain't those sort of players, are they?
When you look at Andre and Gomez, their stats for 2 years might be 1 goal from Gomez. I'm pulling this out my arse. 1 goal from Gomez, no assists, and no assists from Andre for 2 years. That's not good enough, guys, from a midfield point of view. It's quite woeful, to be fair.
Well, at the end of the day, they're the ones that are linking your team together, aren't they? They're the ones that are in the middle, gluing your team together. So, yeah, I lost my Wolves here, saying what a name, by the way. Lost my Wolves. Says that he's surprised that our that Rob Edwards went with a back 4. And I think that really was a thing for everybody. I think everyone thought it was a bit crazy that he's gone for a back 4.
Don't you think it was from getting roasted though, Dan, the week before in the meeting, he had to try something? I think that might
have had something to do with it. And I think that he's just probably trying to get our attack to do more things. I don't think it was more of a back 4 thing than it was just getting more attackers into their half. So you didn't watch the game as such. But yeah, I mean, you got any questions regarding the game?
Well, I stood outside and it was like a morgue outside. I mean, they've got an official attendance down at 28,000. Absolutely no fucking chances of 28,000 people in there. The Waterloo Road, well, I don't think I've ever seen it's a quiet approach in a game. Not unless everybody walked around the back of the Steve Bull, but the Waterloo Road was fucking empty most of the time. Just want to give a big shout out, just going off a little bit, to Craig Foley, because that lad stood with me for 5 hours.
Yes, Craig
on Sunday, and he was not going to budge. He was not going to budge, that boy. So respect to you, mate. Fair play to you. Obviously, I'd have stood there on my own, but he was not going to budge. But no. It's the same old. It's flat. Yeah, we knew a long time ago we were in the shit, didn't we? Let's be honest. I mean, I made a claim back in September. Harry Mansell made a claim after the fucking Bournemouth away, the second game, saying we're getting relegated. And people laughed at him. Fucking hell, how spot on was he?
No.
Absolutely bang on. But I mean, I was sort of mid-September watching us implode at Leeds where we were 1-0 up. I just thought, we're fucked.
Yeah.
There's nothing here.
As the other things, guys, I'm in a decent position for the season. Even the away fans, when they had a shot after, 60, 70 minutes, they were singing, "We've had a shot." It was crap. It was just like a friendly, guys. So if anybody's pulling really anything confidence out of that, no. It was just a friendly.
Yeah, it was. It had that vibe to it for sure. I do think, like I said, we did show a little bit more, but at the same time, if you're against a side that's really not really trying that hard and you've gone attacking, to still not win the game, it just says it all, doesn't it? Like you. Yep. Did you see the penalty decision, Sutty?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Well, Craig had it on his phone outside, and as soon as we seen it, I said, "That's a penalty, mate."
Yeah, I said the same thing on the watch along. It was like Stonewall. He's literally took the man. And...
He weren't looking at the man, but I mean, he took him out. He caught him just below the knee. It's in the penalty area. It's a penalty all day long.
What about you, Dappa? Did you think the same?
Yeah, but I'm thinking, if we, like I've said before, for the last 20 odd games, we've got our attacking players on the back post or out of position for the counter attack. Why is he even in the penalty area?
Yeah.
I didn't even want him there. He should be on the outskirts of, let's go that way. I want to, as soon as the ball comes, or a decent midfielder can pass a ball, which we haven't got, to be fair. They're ratters and they do the ratting good. but visually, they're not very good at passing. But I still want that lad going that way. As soon as that ball comes over the top or down the side of him, let's go. So he shouldn't have been there, Dan.
Yeah, Paul says...
The thing is, Dan, just quickly,
on. Yeah.
By having everybody in your penalty area when you're defending something, that you're allowing them to push it halfway into your half. Years ago, I know it's a totally different kind of player, but if you left Jota up and Jimenez up there, you've got 3 blokes having to stay back. And all of a sudden, you've got space in front of your 18-yard line, and you've turned them, and before you know it, you're away. He's just too defensive. The football's very passive, and don't concede. That's not really fucking football, mate. You've got to have the brains to work out how to break teams down. And unfortunately, say this every week now, this guy is tactically inept. He's poor.
You'd think he'd be on the touchline telling his attackers, get up that fucking park.
No.
But no, he's obviously, since he's been here, and they've trained Monday to Friday for 20-odd weeks, he wants them set up like this, Dan.
Damage limitation.
In. And obviously, when Manny did get the ball and it wasn't a penalty, then they want him straight away, Dan. Because Sutty just said, they'll push on us. That first touch, they're on you straight away.
Yeah. Paul says here that their passing was a lot better than ours as well, Dapper. And I do think that. I think they had a little bit more of a game plan, whereas we sort of went ahead through good endeavour and everything. And good individual play, but there was no even in this lineup, you just never thought that we were putting them to the sword. Really, there was always a bit. It was still very, very 50-50, even when Fulham really weren't doing a lot, which like I said, it doesn't bode well. If you're against a team and they're on the ropes and you're just there, just passively just trying to moving them around, and then not really doing a lot to get past the keeper. I mean, Jose Sarr made a fantastic save at the start, by the way, that kept us in the game. But you got okay, we had a good first half, but Fulham should have been up maybe 2-0, because there was another time where a corner came in, Sutty, and is it Berger, is it? Yeah, he headed the ball down to the floor, and then it went over the bar. But it was a free header again on the far post. That's 3 games in a row now where we've defended a corner, and the far post has literally been there to just whatever. Any attacker, carry on. That's your space. We ain't gonna go there. But yeah, thanks for that, Paul. Philip says how bad was Tolu when he came on as well. Just that's the problem. Fulham's bench in comparison to ours was insane. They're bringing on Raul Jimenez.
Wilson.
They're bringing on Harry Wilson. They're bringing on what's his name? Oh God, can't remember. Well, anyway, it don't matter because every single one of them was better than our bench. So they had answers if they really wanted to go for it. But Tolu came on for us, just like Philip said here, and it was absolutely embarrassing. He couldn't hold the ball up. His passing was dreadful. He didn't even jump for that one chance, did he, Dapper? He had one chance where the ball came over to him, and all he had to do really was leap higher than the defender and meet it with his head. It would easily have been a goal, 100%, because there's no way Leno would have got down to it. Nah, didn't get anywhere near it. Not even close. So yeah, I mean, that really does say it all.
Really bad as well. Do you know, Monday to Friday, then putting the yards in, you could tell if nobody's putting that training in all week.
Yeah.
And if they're not training, they shouldn't fucking play. Full stop.
Yeah.
Stop on the bench just in case they do get an injury and you got to come on. But tactically wise, even when Bellingham come on, there's nothing from a pair of them really.
No.
There's none of the. I can honestly say since he's been here, I don't think as soon as he's done a sub or subs, they've ever changed the game. None of them. Not one sub has ever changed the game.
He had that one, was it a Dozy come on against Arsenal and he scored that goal. But other than that, I mean, if you're only counting on one hand of an impact sub, even if it's more than one, it's still not going to go past 5, is he? Let's be honest.
No,
it's not, is it?
Definitely not, mate.
Isabel says Scott's in the green room. I got you there, mate. We'll get you in a little bit later on. No problem at all. Thanks very much for joining. If you haven't, I'll send a link to the chat. If you follow this link, it will put you in the green room, so you are ready to speak to us. And that'll be really good to get you guys involved, as always. There was a couple of players that surprised me, to be fair. We'll talk a little bit more about this game and then we'll move on for sure. But there's a few players that surprised me. I thought Mane in that centre 10 role says it all for me. Like, he has to be in this championship side, and we have to just build a team around him, because he was just making everything happen in that centre part there, where he wasn't having to pick up the ball wide and then cut in. He was just there making everything happen. And I've got to say, credit where it's due, that was probably Hwang's best game in a Wolves shirt for I don't even know how long. He was actually getting back and helping defend. He was getting forward and linking up really well with Mola Wolfer, who was running alongside him. And I was just thinking, you know what, fair play to Hwang. Like, he's obviously thought, you know what, it's my last game at Molineux. I'm gonna at least give it a try. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know if you saw Sutty or Dappa, but when he came off, mate, he was fuming with Rob Edwards. Hwang was. He was absolutely livid. He was banging the chair. Bentley had to calm him down. So yeah, I feel like he wanted something to prove, didn't he? And ultimately, he did get an assist. So you can't say too much, really. I'd probably say he had a better game than Armstrong. So one of them things. It's good to have Krejci back. And as you said earlier, Rodrigo Gomez, Dapper, I mean, there's another one we've got to keep, because he was causing all sorts of nuisance on that one side, wasn't he? But yeah, I mean, yeah, it was 1-1. And to be honest, I thought that we showed signs every now and then, but ultimately, like, we never felt like we were actually gonna win the game. And that's it, really. I mean, it's just petered out to nothing, and now we've got Burnley, and you know, everyone's saying the El Crapico or whatever it is, you know, battle for 19th place. Yeah, I just think that these two games were a bit of a nothing games, but similar to what Nathan alluded to at the meeting, guys, that, you know, we're gonna try and at least win them. You know what I mean? We're not gonna give up and get some sort of momentum behind us. But yeah, that was it really. It was 1-1. So we'll move on to a bit of news that happened. So just before the game, actually, in the last Grumpy Wolves that we did, I said, didn't I, that we had a conversation with someone outside. Parjeet, I think his name is. Something like that. I can't remember his name, unfortunately, but if you're in the comments, please let us know. But it was him that sort of said that he'd talked to Nathan, and he said that he was going to have some sort of meeting with Raul. Everyone was like, nah, not a chance. And anyway, it came out, didn't it, Sutty and Dappa? It came out that the Express and Star had talked to him, and he said, we'll see. His wife was there taking photos, loving life. They all got behind him at Molineux, singing his old song and everything, and it was pretty amazing, actually, to be fair. So it was my mate Preston. Is that your mate Preston? Is that right? Sorry, G-Man. Whoever it was, get it in the comments if you're here, because yeah, I sort of guessed who it was just by looking at his profile picture, but yeah, maybe it wasn't him. But whoever it was, they're the ones that broke the news about Raul to us, and we just thought we'd put it on the old podcast. But what are your thoughts, going over to you guys, on a Raul comeback? What do you think, Sutty?
Well, Raul's 35 this year, I believe, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's a 46-game season minimum. He's not going to play every minute of every game if he comes. And he's not the player pre-injury, obviously, but he's got gradually better again. He's got 10 goals this season in the Premier League, which ain't a bad return because he's not started every game. And he would be a monster in the Championship. But I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news here, but we are, tomorrow, I believe we're 1 week away from season ticket deadline uptake. And we've been here before where we've been linked with so many quality players and everybody renews. And all of a sudden,
they go dry.
Raul's gone.
Yeah.
Raul's gone to the MLS. Raul's gone to Saudi. Fuck me, we've been fucking linked with fucking Saïss today. He's fucking 37 next birthday, I think. And people, stupid people saying we're getting the band back together. Fuck me, we'll be wheeling them out on wheelchairs at this rate. Look, we've got to do a lot more planning than trying to get ex-players back. I'd love Raul to come back, but the realities of this are we won't pay much more than 50 grand a week in the Championship. Raul Jimenez could go to Saudi or the MLS and probably get 4 times that much money. So for me, yeah, you know me, I'm not very trusting of this lot. We've been here before. And I'm not very trusting of Matt Jackson either as head of recruitment. And I'm also not very trusting of Rob Edwards to be able to lure quality players to come to us.
Yeah.
I sincerely hope that we look back at this in a few weeks' time and say, Sutty, you got that wrong, mate, because Raul's signed. All these other players are signed. You know, Trippier. Trippier's on 120 grand a week, but by the way, at Newcastle. And he's got over 20 clubs to speak to now. It's fact that we have spoken to him. But again, you've got to he'd be looking to slash his wages by 2/3. Well, I'm not so sure. I just don't trust him, mate. I've got a funny feeling we're going to be probably starting life in the Championship with Tommy Doyle and Boubacar Traoré in midfield, which are nowhere near the level you need. Okay, on the bench.
Yeah.
But nowhere near the level. So we just got to, there's not a lot we can do now. We've got to hope and pray that when he said we're going to have an exciting squad next season, that he's true to his word. Because let's be honest, we've heard all this before. And Nathan's just an employee of Fosun International. He'll do as he's told, just like the rest of them do. So we'll have to wait and see. I'd love it. Don't get me wrong, I'd love it to happen. I'd love to have Raul back. Even if it was for half a game, every game, I'd love it. But I'm not so sure we can afford them wages. Well, we can, but I'm not so sure they'll pay it.
They'll do it, yeah. I think, I'll come to you in a second, Dapper, but I sort of want to put a few things added on to that, really, in that I think it'd be good for the fans because it'd be a song that we can all add to the hymn sheet, which is always going to help. I think that in the Championship he's going to score you a decent chunk of goals, and we've already got Adam Armstrong. We've all said, it's not about sound bites. We've all said Adam Armstrong's going to score goals in the Championship because that's what he does. So ultimately, you're basically just adding on to your goal tally. But it is like you say, it's his wages, and it's up to him at the end of the day. There's a lot of good things that could come from it, from his point of view as well. To be fair, like if he was the one to get us up again, that's unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? Like you nearly die to an injury. And then you come back to the club, and then you one of the ones that get him promoted again. That's fucking legendary status, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So it's up to him, it's up to his family and everything. But Dapper, like, what was your sort of thoughts ahead of like hearing about the whole Raúl thing?
Yeah, he's a folklore, and he's took us to Europe, took us to Wembley, putting that famous mask on, goal after goal after goal. He's just when you score goals at any club, you just get that status anyway. But is it going to be one of them, what Sutty's just saying, is it going to be the Express and Star and the headline is just couldn't get it over the line? That means he's going to want 120, 80, 90. They have a discussion. Now, I do believe Nathan would want to push it, but them fuckers upstairs going to release the funds. So Nathan can do what he wants, and Jackson brings them in. They're still here, so we've got to back him, even though I don't like them.
Yeah,
I love my club, so I've got to back the people in charge. And could they get it over the line? How many times have we heard that over the years, though, guys? When we was when we was going for them 3 years, and then Nuno wanted money to push that squad. I hate to say something's happened down the road last night. They've spent millions and millions of pounds, paying big wages, paying more millions of pounds, getting a certain Rashford in, what was costing 300 grand a week. They finally hit their goal because they kept pushing and pushing and pushing. Finally got the goal, where after 3 years, we know what happened, guys. I haven't got to say nothing about that. But Raúl, if he does come back, his missus is giving me faith because she loves the club. She's saying that if your missus, like we said, we were speaking off air, if your missus is happy in something, that's good. That's the only positive for me at the minute. But like Sutty said, if he could triple his wages or whatever, 4 times his wages, that's a big asking it, guys.
Yeah, get your thoughts in the comments around Raúl. Sorry, Sutty, go on.
He's wealthy, Raúl. He's probably not. Money's probably not the motivator. I really do hope that he's looking at us and thinking, right, I can go back there. Give me 50, 60 grand a week. I can go back there and I can get this lot back in the Premier League. And then
do you not think there's a little bit of him that maybe feels a little bit like, obviously it wasn't his fault that he got injured.
Yeah.
But do you not think there's a little bit of him that's like kind of left
unfinished business?
Left with unfinished business. You know, I got injured. I wasn't able to get back to normal.
To him, we're the greatest club he's ever played for.
Yeah,
because he's never had supporters like us.
No.
I'm not saying we're the greatest club he's played for.
Yeah,
clearly we're not.
Yeah,
we are in our eyes, but to him, he said the other day in an interview, they love me. They sing my song even when I don't play for them. They love me. Now, as an ex-player, we know several ex-players that come back to Molineux and they get absolute dog shit thrown at them. Like it's bad at times. But as soon as you see him walk it down the tunnel, even if he's sub, you start singing "Si Senor."
Because you think of what he's done in it, his legacy and everything that he's done for us, you know.
So I would love him to come back. I would love him to come back. I'd love someone like Trippier to come because I think that's a leader that we haven't got. We've got no leaders at all. But you can't buy 30-year-old, 35-year-old, 30. You can't just keep buying those.
Yeah.
Got to buy and have some quality. So you've got to keep Rodrigo Gomez. You've got to keep Mane. We will keep Armstrong. You've got to keep 6 or 7 of them. But you've also got to mix that with some quality experience as well. Raúl clearly fits that.
Yeah.
He could slot back in tomorrow. He is a god to us. In modern times, as a goal scorer, there's been no one to touch him, really.
I mean, I watched a few.
If he hadn't got injured, he'd have been playing for a top 6.
Yeah, 100%. I was watching a few games just to pass the time earlier in my van, and mate, some of the goals that and some of the moments that he was part in, it's just unbelievable. It's like him and Jota, both of them, and even Traore, really. That free that we had just at one point was just a goal machine, weren't it? So yeah, I would. Sorry, Dapper.
Sorry, mate. You can't teach strikers that. It's instinctual, that is.
No.
Even that when he turned in, was it the FA Cup he scored where he just turned and pivoted and put it in the bottom corner?
Yeah, that was against United, wasn't it?
That's just instinct. You can't teach strikers that.
Instinct,
that.
Yeah. Yeah, nice one. Get in the comments what you guys think about the whole Raul thing. Everyone's saying, Aaron says it's a super sub. Raul says it's a nostalgic signing. Neil says Raul is not coming to Wolves. Guaranteed. There you heard it from Neil. Raul on a free, pay him whatever he wants. Yeah, I mean, people seem to be pretty on the board with Raul. Another quite interesting
I'll just
one.
say, Dan,
Go on,
I don't think Neil's saying that he doesn't want Raul. I think Neil's
exactly. Yeah.
He's along the same thinking lines as me, as we would love Raul.
Yeah.
We don't trust these people to go and get Raul.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll get Scott in just a sec, mate. We're just gonna go over Trippier and Saïss, and then we'll get Scott in. So yeah, Saïss, as I said, that's really quite interesting. Came along to Compton. Then he comes to the match day, comes onto the pitch, does a bit of what Neves did, to be fair. So I don't think there's much in that really, into the terms of him talking to the fans and what have you. But it is intriguing that he's around, and it is intriguing that me and Dappa obviously were in that meeting, and they did say they want leaders, they want people that have done it before, more experience. They're in the free market. They were saying all these things, so it makes sense that these players are being linked to us. It's just like you said, Sutty, you can't just have that. But to be fair to Wolves at this point in time, it's easier to shop in the free market now than it is later on, because they're all just gonna go. So you've got to register your interest very quickly in the free market, because teams will just be like vultures around them. So if you show your interest straight away, a lot of players go, well, you know what, you came to me first, you must be keen and whatever. So yeah, it does help doing that. But Saïss, I mean, it's an interesting one. Like Sutty said, he's a lot older than he was when he was at our club. But as a lot of people have said also, decent person to put on the bench, decent leadership person to have, who knows the club, who's going to be in that dressing room. I don't mind it if it's on a free and he's not absolutely smashing the bank account. Yeah, to me, I mean, I'm all right with it as long as it's not going to cost us an arm and leg. What about you guys, Sutty?
I always thought that he was a very underrated player. And I always go back to the Middlesbrough away game and we're down to 9 and he's flat out at the end. And Nuno ran up to him and basically jumped on him when the bloke could barely breathe. He was a warrior for us. I watched him in Qatar. I went to the Qatar World Cup, the last World Cup. And I went and watched Morocco and Spain. And I had a Wolves polo shirt on that night, just T-shirt, the Wolves badge. And I was accosted because I was sat in the Morocco end, who I might add, and the most mental bunch of supporters I've ever been in with.
I can imagine,
Absolutely mental. And they clocked the Wolves badge and they were trying to get me on their shoulders and everything, they absolutely adore this man.
Yeah.
And I mean, he has got godlike status in Morocco. It's like he's above everything.
Yeah.
Because in that World Cup he was captain as well. I love him because he wears his heart on his sleeve. He was really, really pissed off when he left us because he was shafted. Another one that was shafted by that little wanker.
Yeah, 100%.
Would I have him back? You've got to be careful here because these people aren't going to lead you into the Premier League and stay with you. And what you can't be doing is having a major rebuild in the Premier League. The likes of Saïss, if we got up, he'd be 37, I think he'd be, if we got up and he was part of it. He's going to get fucking rinsed in the Premier League. I mean, he's been playing in Saudi Arabia where it's like fucking walking football, isn't it?
True, yeah.
and it's a lovely story. I love him again. They're from a golden era of a team that got us all the way to which I believe should have won the Europa League if it hadn't been for fucking COVID. Again, I think we'd have won because we'd have had 2 legs against Sevilla, Lopetegui's team. We'd have done them at Molineux.
With our crowd as well, 100%.
Yeah, we'd have done them, but I'm a bit more sceptical about that. I think we do need some experience. I get it. I really do. But we've got to be careful not to let nostalgia blind out our long-term vision.
Yeah, agreed. Dappa, are you just quickly on Saïss?
Absolute legend, like Sutty just said. One of the biggest parts why we got promoted is characters like that. Top notch. But towards his finishing with the Premiership with us, his legs was going a little bit, guys, especially at the back. Am I right to say he was a midfielder for us at first? And then he was put to the back. So like Cody, it's all down to Nuno. Cody was in midfield for us. Not a very good player, very slow. Nuno got older, the pair of them, really, because they're both big shouters, and realised these are my lads, these are my captains. He converted to Cody to one of the best sweepers in the division, got an England call-up as well. Saïss played left centre-half. He did get caught out a couple of times in that season. But towards that, his legs was going. He's never going to be forgot by the fans, or he shouldn't be. But for me, no, I think we need some, like Sutty said, if you get Raul and Trippier in, maybe one more captain. The rest you fill in with youth and stuff like that.
I agreed with that, absolutely.
So, but I do love the bloke, but I think he will get caught out.
Yeah.
Especially in the divisions in now. Like, it's very, very slow, very boring, I suppose. In the Championship, the crosses are going to come in, the long balls are going to come in. I think he'll get caught out, buddy. That's for me.
Yeah. Martin says he'd take him. Paul's agreeing with you and Sutty. Sharky agreeing, Sutty, Neil. Saïss never wanted to leave, says Nil. If we get him back, then Saïss' personality is bigger than Rob Edwards. It's true. I mean, like it can't go understated how good it is to have those sort of figures in your dressing room. Like, honestly, it must be a fucking library in there at the moment most of the time, unless fucking them end up fighting, and even that's just handbags, isn't it? Darren is quite interested. He says Instant Irwin were 35 and 37, and they did come up to the Premier League with us, but I think it was just a different time then, though, mate, because we didn't have multi-billionaires own us then, and we hadn't already experienced, something as mad as European football. Do you know what I mean? So it was one of them where you kind of just went, yeah, okay, whoever wants to play for us, it is what it is. But I think once you've already been there, you kind of think, we feel like we're better than that. Do you know what I mean? Even though I know we've been relegated, when this season we've been absolutely shite, if we want to get back to being a challenging Premier League side, I agree with you, boys. Like, you can't have these older guys, really. On the field, at least. So yeah, I mean, there's good and bad things for all these players, really. We talk about Trippier real quick, and then we'll hear what Scott's got to say. Trippier. I mean, this is an interesting one for me. One I'd never ever thought we'd ever get linked to be honest. I've always really rated Trippier, to be honest. I thought he's had some cracking games in an England shirt. That one free kick that he scored, can't remember who it was against. Was it
Croatia?
Croatia. That was it. Yeah. Just little moments like that. He is big. He is good in big games, isn't he? And you might need those sort of players if you in and around the playoffs and stuff. You do need these players that are serial winners, and have been there and done that. So I do agree that it's not the worst thing in the world to look at Trippier, but as we've already alluded to, it doesn't look like it's happening. There's a few teams that are already sniffing around him, and he's probably going to go there. But the idea that we've been talking to the likes of a player like Trippier is interesting. I don't think that's a Jeff sort of signing. I don't think it's a, guest a few sort of signing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's a very different acquisition to do something like that. But what would you say if Trippier was to sign? So you just give him the captain armband and just
he's gonna, if he came, he's your captain.
Yeah,
100% he'd be a captain. Again, I think you got more chance of getting Raul than Trippier.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Because there's a connection with Raul already, isn't there? Yeah. As Dappa just said, and rightly said as well. When you're better off, wants to go and live. So if your missus is so unhappy somewhere, and you want it, and she was happy years ago, you'll listen to her where she wants to go, and if you've got the chance to move back there, you'll go. There's nothing more to a bloke than having a happy wife, really.
No, agreed.
Because if happy wife, happy life, isn't it? Really,
that's exactly it.
And you've seen in the past players' wives go on social media and absolutely rinse clubs because of how they've treated players. But I think she might have had a pop at Lopetegui when he never let Raul play in that final game. But she didn't actually have a pop at Wolves as such. And then she's posted so many pictures on Instagram and stuff like that last week, coming back up to Wolverhampton and saying I'm back home and all this sort of stuff. I love it.
It's nice.
It's nice for us because we've had so much fucking shit this year.
Definitely.
It's nice to think that these players still have that sort of affection towards this football club, because let's be honest, apart from a few deluded fucking idiots on social media, we're on our knees at the moment, and only because of new payment restriction laws now. It's not PSR in the Championship. I can't remember what it's called now, but we're going to be probably the biggest hitter where we can spend. We spend 85% of your turnover or something like that. Well, we'll sell a lot of players this year. We'll break in another shitload of money, so we'll be able to spend a lot of money. But it's all dependent on whether this owner gives our new chairman the remit to go for it. Go on, go for it. Whatever you generate, spend a big chunk of it, get this football club back in the Premier League. Now, if they do that, we'll be patient with them, and we will get behind them. But we've had years and years of false dawns, false promises. 5 years ago, we were 5 years in front of the Villa. 5 years later, I'd say we're 15 years behind them.
Well, they've just won a fucking cup, mate.
And that speaks absolute volumes. They've got owners. I looked at Villa, actually. They are in a very similar situation to us. They've spent a net 41 million quid over the last 3 years. So everything they generate, they basically plough back in. And then the owner says, there you go, there's another 13, 14 million. They're right on the cusp of PSR. And I mean, they're flirting with it all the time. But you ask any Villa supporter now, they'll tell you they've got the best owners in the land. Because they've got what we never got. And that was that bit of silverware. And these owners stopped flirting with silverware. 5 years ago in COVID, it was a huge change of tack for a business that in the first 6 months of COVID opened a PPE company that I believe in the first 6 months showed a profit of $1.3 billion in 6 months. So that was fucking cracking foresight to think to open a PPE company. 6 months before any fucker knew that COVID was coming. But anyway, that's a different story. So they do make money, and they do lose money like a lot of companies. But this constant failure of acceptance of mediocrity it's not what's going to sell you this football club. If you're looking to make a profit on it, you've got to make it an attractive prospect for somebody to buy. And we're not a very attractive prospect now because they won't sell us in the Championship because they'll be losing the best part of 200 million quid. So they've got to come back up first time. They've got to.
Right, I've got Scott in here. I'm just going to unmute you, mate. How's he doing, Scott? Sorry I haven't been able to get you on, bud.
Nah, don't worry about it.
How you doing, mate?
In general, bad, but right now I'm okay. I'm all right.
Good lad, good lad. Did you watch the Fulham game, mate?
Yes, I watched. I think from the 10th minute onwards, but pretty much all of it. Yeah.
Yeah, nice one. And what was your sort of assessment on it?
I thought it was quite okay. Just for the full 90, but I think the first 30, they're definitely the better team. But after we conceded, and I've said this to a bunch of people, we just seemed to have sat back and looked like we were just trying to defend a 1-0 win and try and get away with it. But if you're going to be giving away silly, stupid penalties, then what do you expect at the end of the day? And we were the better team in the second half as well, but we just couldn't manage to get the final nail in the coffin, I feel.
Agreed, mate.
Mate.
What's your take on hearing about Raul and the players we've been linked with, mate?
I feel like if we can get the group that got us to the Premier League back together, get them in the Championship, hopefully get us back up in one season, and if we can, run it all back together and get back to the Premier League, give them another run. I'm really happy that we're bringing back players that actually have Premier League experience and quality, and that they know what they're doing in the lower leagues or higher leagues. Regardless of where we're positioned, I feel that the players that we've been linked with are ones that we should be trying to sign the minute that deadline, when the transfer window opens.
I do agree with you there, to be fair, because we have been hurt by signing players with no Premier League experience, as you say. It's hurt us and it's plagued us for quite some time. So it's a good shout, that is, to be fair, mate. Yeah, nice one. So you want to ask Scott anything?
Are there any younger players within the squad, or what players would you like to retain from this squad, current squad? Scott, as we know that pretty sure the likes of Gomez, Andre, Wang, Sarr will be gone. Who would you like to play? Who would you like to stay? And also, what formation would you like to play next season?
Oh, no, that is a good question. There's not many players I'd like to keep. One that we've been confirmed to keep, I'd really like, and I am very happy he's staying. Definitely Matheus Mane is one that your brain instantly should think that would be one to keep. I'm very happy he's staying. Now, you did mention Andre. He has said that he'd like to stay at the club. I don't know how true that is, but I'd be very surprised if he did stay. But in general, I think if we can keep at least a few, like around 5-10 of the current players, not that I could have been immediately call off the top of my mind, but they will come. I'd say Mane, maybe Hugo Bueno as well. It's a tough because you're trying to.
Rodrigo Gomez, maybe. Rodrigo Gomez, would you?
He's a player. He's a player that has moments. I think he'd be really good in the Championship, but at the end of the day, we don't know because it's a step down. They might not need to play so hard, but they might play a bit too hard. At the end of the day, we don't know until we see the first game, really. Formation-wise, I think I've seen a few. I think now this might not be popular with most, but the 4-2-3-1 is a formation I'd like to play if we don't get signings in. If it is, I'd like to play any formation where we can have a 2 up front. Maybe a 4-4-2 is one I'd like to play. We can have realistically, I think it's going to be Armstrong and Jimenez up front, which I'd like to see. I think it'd be a deadly partnership
we
in the
hope
middle.
so. Yeah, I mean that'd be ideal. Really, I think Armstrong would feed really nicely off him.
If you can do it for Southampton, why can't you do it for us?
Yeah.
That's all I got to say for that one.
The only thing that worries me about Mane, I'm going back to the meeting in January when I asked Matt Jackson if they'd sell him, and I know they've all said no, he's staying. Matt Jackson's words were these precisely: if a big club comes in with an offer, we will stand no chance of keeping him.
I think I read somewhere that United said that they were looking at him as a bit of a substitute option. But then I'm thinking I'm 18. Do I want to be sat on a bench at Old Trafford? Yes, okay, I'm earning decent money, but that could lead to nothing really.
Do you want to grow your career at a little club, and after you, well, I say little, I don't mean to call us little, but compared to some other clubs,
yeah.
But do you want to grow your career out and then maybe move when you think you've shown enough to the club, or do you want to follow in the footsteps of Cunha, I'd like to say, and not do as well as I think he would have done with us this season at least?
Yeah. Fair point.
At the end of the day, if I'm him, I'm thinking I've got to grow my career out first, and over time move, because I'm going to be realistic. That's what most players do. Over time, after about 3, 4, maybe 5 years at Wolves, they do go on to move, and that's because we just don't achieve much in general. And I hate to be negative, but I just like to be realistic at the same time.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. Yeah,
good. Be real, mate.
Good call, Scott. Thanks very much for coming on, mate. Appreciate you as always.
All right, thank you.
Have a good evening, mate.
That's cool.
Just gonna get Aaron on real fast, and then we're gonna go through the worst of the season awards, which is gonna be absolutely hilarious. Aaron, mate, how we doing?
Hi, Aaron. How are you?
Good, mate. Good.
Aaron, how you doing, kid?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. Yeah, not too bad.
Good man.
Yeah.
Fire away, mate.
I've just so I've got a bit of feedback again. Sorry.
No, you're all right. You should be all right now. To be fair.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm still not convinced with this Rob Edwards thing. Lads, it just don't sit right with me.
Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he has, as I said earlier, start of the show, he has tried to do something new. My argument is, why is it took so long for him to think, actually, maybe I should try a different formation. Maybe I should try the players in a different, in a different formation. It's a bit weird, isn't it? That he's just all of a sudden up and tried something completely different.
For me, he's guessing off the time.
Yeah, I also think that it's getting a bit heated in it with the staff, the backroom staff, and sort of like, them up top. Joe is it?
Yeah.
Lads are Corey, yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch the Fulham game, mate?
Yeah.
What did you think of Fulham? Did you think it was? Say again, mate.
Losing him.
Yeah, I can't hear him very well.
Yeah.
Hello, Aaron. You okay? You still there?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, bad connection. Yeah.
Yeah, bad connection. Aaron,
still there, bud? No.
Aaron, I'm gonna have to drop you out just for a sec, mate, while you sort yourself out. I'm gonna pop you back in the green room just to wait out. I might just get your signal sorted. Bye. Right. I'll get him. I'll put him there just for now, and we'll get him sorted. Right. I don't know how this is going to go. This is going to be some much needed comic relief, to be honest, because I'll be honest with you, if I was the PR team at Wolves, the one thing I wouldn't do is throw a bloody player of the season at the very people that have been booing you all season. So I thought,
Dan. Don't forget, Dan. Don't matter what division we're in.
Yeah. Don't matter. Well, for us, no, absolutely not. But it's just the fact that they've even bothered. Like, who the hell's going to vote for anybody? So yeah, I've come up with the worst of the season awards. I got this into our Discord, and there's a bunch of people that got involved. So bless you if you did. And I'm going to get a few of your guys' responses in the chat. Let's put it over here. There we go. So the first one is What Was He Thinking award. And that's like a tactical or sub decision. So I'll go to you first, Sutty. Have a think what you're going to say, Dappa. And then I'm going to go to the things that people have been putting on our Discord. So, Sutty, what was your sort of answer towards that?
Well, Fulham away this season, Vitor Pereira drops Andre and Gomez to the bench, and we were flatter than a rattlesnake's ball bag. It was shit. We all stood there, honestly, laughing at what we were seeing. It was that bad. So for me, What Was He Thinking award goes to Vitor Pereira for dropping both of them in the same game.
Yeah, Andrew had the same answer. Andrew Cripps said Vitor Pereira against Fulham. So there you go. Dapper, you've had a little bit of time to think about it. What would be your reward for that, mate?
There's quite a few, but when you're in the Premiership, you want to pay the big six, so to speak.
Yeah.
So when they do come to town or you visit their ground, put in Larson and Tolu on the bench.
Yeah.
That'd be my thing to say. Well, you've got two strikers there. We've got to score goals against any team. So if you score against the top six, but yeah, put in Tolu and Larson on the bench.
I've put keep similar to what we just said. Actually, I've put keeping a losing formation for as long as we have without changing it or the personnel. I just think that's just so bizarre how we've just lost and had no sort of cohesion whatsoever as a team, and yet he just hasn't changed it until now. It just literally puzzles me to death. So my next one is the Snooze Fest Award. So that is the most boring game. Sutty, what have you got for that?
Wow. I went to all the pre-season friendlies, Dan.
Yeah.
And we started at Stoke away. Fuck me slowly. Oh, my God. It was, I know people say, and it drives me nuts when people say, it's only friendly, it don't matter. The results do not matter. I don't care what the results are. It's what you do within the game. And over your 4 or 5 pre-season friendlies, you should actually see a system that's coming into play here. And you should actually see things starting to work.
Yeah.
Stoke away. I think we had Stoke away. We had Lawns at the Bescott or the Poundland Stadium, whatever you want to fucking call it. Did we have a Spanish side at Molineux? Celta Vigo, wasn't it?
Yeah, Celta Vigo, yeah.
And then it's getting gradually worse, Dan. Each performance is getting worse. And then we had a lovely 3 or 4 days in Girona, North Spain. Fucking beautiful, lovely weather, everything. And we stood there in Girona Stadium.
Siesta football.
Fuck me. And if people say to me ever again, pre-season friendlies do not matter, I'll say it again. Results don't matter. But fucking performances most definitely do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go for Stoke away for starting the rot.
Yeah, Rebecca's put Brighton. just the recent game against Brighton, that was boring. I think Micah, what did Micah put? Because I saw that was quite funny. He said that the even the first game against City 4-0, it looked like we was snoozing. Well, to be fair, like it was one of them really, that game where you kind of took it on the chin and was like, that's the first game. We're probably going to lose that one, and it is what it is. But we were very boring to watch, to be fair, even in that game. A lot of people, Finn included, have said the whole season. So they can't even think of one game. They're just gonna think, you know what? It is the whole fucking season. Dappa, can you think of anything specific that made you fucking fall asleep when you was watching them?
The last comment's just done it for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But joking apart, I'd say I'm going to cheat here and say the 3 promoted teams all done us.
Yeah.
Any one of them 3 games, they never got up for it. No desire, no passion, no tactical. No substitutions were shit. Well, they've all been shit through the season. So I'm going to cheat, use a cheat code and say losing to the 3 promoted sides.
Yeah, that's fair enough, mate. I've put my most boring game has been both the Sunderland games because I just don't feel like we've been able to break them down at all. Feel like we are one of the most boring teams for watching us break down teams. We're like literally a fly trying to get out a window. That's the level of we're literally just consistently just going, oh, nope, and it's just it's been so boring to watch us attack all season, like a lot of people have said. So to be fair, it's not a cheat code at all. It's absolute facts. We have been shit. So a lot of these answers probably are every fucking game or whatever. So fair play, guys. Next one, Invisible Man Award. The player who disappeared the most. Sutty, what did you get for that one?
Oh, there can only be one for this one, and he scored 2 against West Ham, coming off the bench as a sub in the League Cup, and then Newcastle expressed an interest, and this young man went into the manager's office and said, I want to join Newcastle. And he said, it's not up to me, son. It's up to Big Jeff. And from that day on, that lanky streak of piss did fuck all. No, he made it look like he was doing something, but he was one of the biggest wastes of a kit that I've ever seen at fucking Molineux, because he could do it. He just did not want to be there. And I'll never forgive him for that, because he got a wage rise to stay.
Yeah.
And what I will give him credit for is, and Uncle George sorted this one out, not Matt Jackson. Uncle George got involved in this deal and sold Jurgen Strand-Larsen to Crystal Palace for £48 million, which I think is absolutely fucking fantastic business, because I'm telling you now, what he did for us up to that point wasn't worth £4.8 million.
Nah.
So well done, Uncle George. Fuck off, Jurgen Strand-Larsen, because you are an absolute wank.
Scott said the same. Scott said Jurgen Strand-Larsen as well. And Jay has gone for the same as me, which is John Arias, because we was told that this guy, you know, watching the was it the Club World Cup, whatever it was, fucking Mickey Mouse trophy thing, that whatever the fuck that was. We was told that this guy was going to be the answer to our Cunha debacle, and we put a load of money in without ever really thinking about it. We've watched him in a few games and gone, that'll do. He'll do it. He wants to play in the Premier League, so therefore we'll sign him. And he was okay in the pre-season. He scores a goal, and you think, all right, here we go. And then he went missing. He went absolutely missing. Completely invisible. The whole season. Every single time you played him, no matter where he was, he probably touched the ball every now and then, and did nothing. I think he scored. Mate, was it one Premier League goal? Was it even? Did he even score that? That one Premier League goal? Fucking shit, man. So that's my answer as well as Jay's as well, Dapper.
Ooh, but you went for Larson, or I should say, blow on him, fall over Larson. Arias was next for me.
Yeah.
Wait, got this one. Wait, I'm going to be controversial for myself and say Arias.
Fair play. Angel Gomez. Rebecca said Angel Gomez because he's so fucking
Gomez.
Small.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I was being controversial. It's going to be Andre for me.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Go on.
It was his second season, so he had a pre-season. But when we look at him, he's a little ratter. Bit nasty, which you need in there. He's at the ankles, smashing stupid fouls sometimes. But for the second season, I was looking for a couple of more assists and chipping in with goals. So for me, he has sulked some games as well. You can see it in his body language, like with his arms going up and this, that, the other. But just being a little rat in midfield, I'm going to go him.
Fair enough. Get your answers in the chat, by the way. And also, because obviously this is going out on YouTube after, it'd be quite interesting to see your comments in the actual comment of the YouTube as well. We just thought we'd put a little bit of a light-hearted spin on the whole award thing, because I just think it is the worst Premier League season.
Next, though, because I keep getting thirds.
Go on then. Yeah. All right. So here's the next one. The season was over here award. The moment that relegation felt certain. Dapper.
The West Ham game. When we lost to West Ham. I was looking for some fight, some passion that night.
Yeah.
Was we that many far points behind them? 2 or 3 at the time? You'll have to forgive me. But we was there or thereabouts, and that was the turning point. We lose to these tonight, we are fucked.
Yeah.
And the display the lads put on, or the manager, the same fucking stupid formations. I think he changed the fullbacks in that game as well. Same old shit. That was the night for me.
Christine's put a little bit like what you said actually, Sutty. Some of the friendlies, Stoke away, just said that. I mean, even that was just laughable. Like, how are we losing games like that so early on? Go on, then I'll come to you, Sutty. Season was over award. Go on.
3rd week in September, Leeds at home.
Oh, good call.
1-0 up with it. Here we go. This is it. Newly promoted team will turn these fuckers over now. And within 15 minutes, they've scored 3. And that is the first time we really saw our arse drop out of our pants and realise this lot got no bottle for the fight. And I stood on the South Bank. I said, we're fucked. Because this lot won't win a game before Christmas. And one of the blokes like in front of me started laughing. He went, don't be stupid. I said, I don't think we'll win a game before Christmas. Well, fuck me. I don't think I was far wrong, was I?
No, you weren't. No, at all, mate. Finn said the same. He said the same exact same thing as you. Leeds at home. I went with... I literally put losing to all the promotion teams. Like, if you're going to do one thing, even if you were struggling side, it's beat the teams that have come up. At least. Or at least don't lose.
You've got to keep them round you. You've got to keep them close to you. It's all right beating Liverpool and drawing with Arsenal.
Yeah.
That's icing on a cake if you've had an half-decent season. But you must, if you're budgeted at 17th in the league for wages, you must beat those newly promoted sides at home and get at least a draw away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Micah said the 1-1 away at Spurs. You knew that VP had to go, and you knew there was nobody with the ability to save us. Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
The next one. Do you want me to come to you again, Dapper?
No, Sutty, no. No, Sutty.
The Circus Award, the most embarrassing off-field moment.
Is that to me?
That's to you.
Well, this can only go to one man. The ringmaster himself. who pulls all the punches, gets all the clowns running around the fucking pitch and everything, around the circus tent for him. Fucking absolute carnage, clowns falling over themselves, but remains calm and tells everybody everything's fine.
Mm-hmm.
This accolade goes to Mr. Jeff Shee, the biggest fucking clown and charlatan that Wolverhampton Wanderers have had in 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely fucking destroyed everything that, let's be fair, he had done, because years 2, 3, and 4 were outstanding. But then he's decided, and I still don't believe it's just him, has decided that there'll always be 3 worse teams. Now, I still fail to understand that a guy in China that's worth something like $10 billion of personal fortune, Chairman Zhao, would just say to somebody, fuck it, just run it. I don't need to know. You just run it. Because we're told that fucker watches every single game, right? Chairman Joe, no matter what time of day it is, he gets up, watches every single game, and he's pissed off when we lose. Well, fuck me, he must be fucking suicidal this year, letting that little bastard run it into the ground. Well, I'll tell you now, I am proud to have been in that fucking protest, to drive that little bastard out. So he gets my accolade for the ringmaster, the biggest fucked up circus for decades in this football.
Here. I'll come to you in a second, Dapper. Micah said, finding out that rat was still allowed near Molineux. The Jeff Shee interview, says Finn. Scott said, the fight between Tolu and Mane, they need to be teammates, not enemies. Rob Edwards, this is the same as me, by the way. Me and Jay had the same one, saying that they've got to go speech. And then after that, saying that we can't talk shit on the players, even though he'd literally done it the week before. Dapper, I've said a load there. Pick one more, mate, because it's like a fucking bag of sweets, mate. You're gonna, you know what I mean? Just a fucking ton of them go through.
Basically, what Sutty said. I think everyone, the downfall of this club is that cretin. The last interview, he was talking about the ground rebuild, and he said we're talking with the council. I think it was 5 days later, the council came out and said, "You're not speaking to me. We've not spoke to him." So that comment there showed us he was a lying prick. So from that interview, then he even said at the interview, after being here 8 years, 10 years, he still knows nothing about football. What a fucking idiot. So to say the Wolverhampton Wanderers Council is speaking to him, we have, regular conversations and this, that, that, and then the council comes out and says, the cunt ain't speaking to me. So that is the biggest thing I watched, and I went, as soon as that council come out, I don't know what it was, a week later, and it says, no, because obviously he's saying, you're speaking to me, so it makes him look bad, the councillor. So he had to defend himself. So he's come back out in the press and said, the fucking little prick's not spoke to me. That was the moment, Dan.
Yeah. Next one is the Football Terrorism Award, aka the worst football performance / setup. And I'm going to go to you, Dapper.
Well, I've got 2 here. I don't want to pinch somebody else's. You'll have to forgive me. He played Uva right back for 15 games, solid, something like that, half of the season. 15 fucking games. Week after week, he was digressing, getting worse, still got a game. Lo and behold, we put Mr. Athlete in there, Jackson. So I'm going to go for them 2. So the award goes to, I'm going to go with Jackson. Absolutely. Very athlete. Yeah, he could run the fucking track. Sutty's done some running. He knows that. He could be an absolute athlete. He could be a weapon. But as a football player, not even in the Premiership, in the Championship, he's fucking dog shit.
Got Andrew saying here, Vitor Pereira against Fulham. Sutty, tell me yours while I look at some others.
Well, mine's going to 3 people. You won't be surprised that Jeff's in this fucker as well. So I'm going to give it to Jeff, Teti, and Vitor Pereira for a fabulous summer transfer window.
Oh, yes.
Because that's like some fucking terrorist coming over with a truckload of fucking Semtex, parking it outside Compton, and fucking running away and letting the fucker go, because and hoping that all the bits come down and manufacture a player. Because fuck me, we've spent 103 million quid, I believe, or something like that. Still made a net profit of 17 million, mind. But we spent 100-odd million quid on this shower shit, and they've not got one Premier League appearance between them. Who in their right mind has signed that off? Now, you can't tell me that fucking Jeff Shee, after 8 years, doesn't know anything about football. I'm not a football expert, but if you two are doing the recruitment for this summer, and you come to me and say, oh, we've got this lad from fucking Lithuania, and one from fucking Mongolia, and one from fucking the Zambia, and one from Ghana. How many? First thing I'm going to say to you is, how many have ever played in the Championship or the Premier League? None. Okay. Right, hang on, let me just fucking think about this. This is a bit of a fucking gamble, boys. Go and find me some players that are going to give me at worst, a playoff position, and at best, top two. No, we don't do that, do we? We're guaranteed 3 teams that come up are going down. They get the fucking award for that, and it's the biggest fucking gong you've ever seen.
I've got the same one. Basically, the trio of Vitor, Jeff, and that guy that literally looks like a James Bond villain. Teti, yeah. Those 3 for me. I mean, I can't believe how 3 people can fuck up Wolves quite as much as those 3, but there it is.
Doesn't this tell you something though, Dan? Because again, we spent 100 million. There's people on Facebook and that go, fuck me, they spend money. Look, there's no denying that they spend money that they generate. They do spend money. They've just got the wrong fucking people spending it and recruiting players. If I give you 100 million, I want to see your credentials to spending my fucking money. I want to know how well you're going to spend it. And if you're telling me you're going to fucking Mongolia to get the top striker from Mongolia to come and play in the Championship, you ain't getting my job. But again, this is the problem when you've got non-football people within a football club.
Exactly.
Next award, go straight to you, Sutty. The Gone But Not Missed award. So, person fans want gone or have wanted gone. So someone who's already gone or someone who you want gone. Either
Here we go,
I can only give this to one lad. What he's done for overseas relations in Asia is fucking incredible, because I'm convinced that he's contracted to come on for at least 20 minutes every game, no matter where we are, what the score is, whatever. He's brought on, and I stand there at times thinking,
how?
What the fuck is he going to bring to this?
Yeah.
Other than sell another 200 fucking shirts over in Korea online. So mine goes to Wang Hee-chan. He's a lovely lad, but he is fucking shit.
A lot of people saying Jürgen Strand Larsen for that one as well. Micah included. I think I put for that one, I really want gone, because I've probably lost more hair than I wanted to lose this season in watch-alongs, watching Jackson Chichwea try to fucking do the only thing that he needs to do after sprinting, which is play football. But he it's just been, he gets there. It's like Forrest Gump. He literally can get there, But once he's got there, actually, his arse falls out his pants, and he just don't know what he's doing. So that would be my cannot wait to see gone. What about you?
He's a great player, Dan. Chachua, till you give him a fucking ball. I reckon if you put a bell in it, he'd still fucking miss the fucking thing.
Yeah. Dapper, gone but not missed award. Go on.
Yep, 100% Jackson. Some of the performance was actually laughable. And I never laugh at Wolves, so, we all want the best. But I was actually putting my hands game after game like this, Dan, covering my fucking eyes. There was one part where he'd actually got over the halfway line, Dan. He's turned and he's passed it straight back to their left back.
Don't, because I watched that on the watch along, mate, and I don't.
I come visually. When you've turned it on the pitch, you're scanning the pitch, Dan, and fucking hell, better not. You might as well just put it down the fucking line.
Mate, you know what was worse about that? It was literally just before the half-time whistle blew, and there was like 5 gold shirts in the box waiting for a cross, and he fucking lost the ball because he cut in and tried to do something
stupid, and that wasn't the one occasion. There's some where from me to that fucking TV in front of me, can't see it. He can't even pass 5 yards, Dan.
Yeah.
God bless him. Might be a nice lad, but as a footballer,
Yeah, agreed. A lot of people have said the same, to be fair, as you guys. Let me just go through a couple. Someone said, I honestly cannot choose. That was Scott. A lot of people saying Jurgen Strand Larsen, to be fair. In fact, pretty much everyone has said Jurgen Strand Larsen for that one, which is fair enough because, as we said earlier, we just.
Uwe could be in there as well, I suppose.
Yeah. But he was, like I was saying, Jurgen Strand Larsen, he was already gone, wasn't he? He was gone. Yeah. Like so he was saying, he'd already gone. He'd already had his bags packed. Yeah. So, fucking absolutely, that's a cracking answer for that one. But yeah, only a few more left. So, Head Gone Award, biggest meltdown moment. So that can be meltdown of someone related to Wolves or yourself. So something that made you melt down, or something that made someone who melted down around Wolves. Dapper. I'll go to Dapper for that one. Go on.
All fucking season, bar beating the Villa and Liverpool. And Arsenal's in there. Bar that, I can't pick one. Dan, it's every match, same blueprint, same setup, same this, same. It's just been dreadful. And for a manager to keep looking at this formation and personnel and keep persisting with it, it's an hard one, Dan, that, mate, because it's the whole season. I can't wait for Sunday to fuck off, basically, and see what the rebuild is. But bar that, it's very hard to answer that one, Dan.
There's a good one here. I was reading quite a few. But I think this one's quite an interesting one because I don't think a lot of people would have remembered this. But Mike has gone for Head's Gone Award when Mosquera scored that own goal against Arsenal to lose the game. That's a bad one. And another one as well. Remember when we conceded right at the end against fucking Tottenham? João Palhinha. Fuck me, man. There's been so many moments in which I've just lost my shit.
The frustrating part about that Tottenham game, we've battered them.
Exactly, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They were shit. We battered them. And I've stood there at that fucking plastic stadium thinking, this is it.
Well, you'll be stood there next season, mate.
Right foot, fucking gets on his right foot, 95th minute, bangs, gone through a crowd. And I just stood there, numb. Yeah. And there was no emotion, nothing. And I thought, fuck me. Here comes a championship again. And that was 2 weeks after Leeds.
The best thing about it, Sutty, they repeat it at Brighton the week after.
Yeah. At home,
exactly same format.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of them where that could go to fucking, like you said, just to be fair, the whole season, because there's been so many moments which my head's been gone, mate. Absolutely. Here's an interesting one that I think you said you struggled with this one, Sutty. The Game's Gone Award, the worst VAR or modern football moment. So because I think this is a bit tricky, because I don't think Wolves really, to be honest, really got to a point where we're in the box to even have any sort of VAR debacles, to be honest, this season. But okay, I'll extend this one to, because we hate VAR so much and it's fucked us over so much whilst we've been in the Premier League. I'll extend this one to a VAR decision this season from another club, or a VAR decision that's gone against Wolves while we were in the Premier League. Sutty. Of which there's probably
as I said to you last week, an Albion supporter said to me, "Don't worry about next year because you've got no VAR." I said, "Well, it don't make no fucking difference to us because we don't go into the other team's fucking half." So, VAR decision that's gone against us. I actually think we've been all right this year for decisions against us. We've not had anything really, not that I can remember, truly where you go, fucking, you are fucking joking.
Yeah.
We've had our fair share of that in seasons gone by where cameras ain't been working and shit like that. I'm struggling with that one, to be honest, mate. I mean, game's gone award. Again, the game has gone for me. It weren't VAR fucks it up, but just playing people for commercial gain. I'll go back to this lad again. There's only one reason why we bought Wang Yi-chan, and that was for commercial reasons. It wasn't for footballing reasons, for commercial reasons. And that's what I had down as my answer.
Yeah,
nice lad.
Decent answer.
Nice lad, but it was for commercial stuff. When you've got overseas packages for about 250 quid, these fucking idiots, right? They take them around the fucking club shop. They buy every kit, every bit of training gear, and then they get a free-for-all with Wang Yi-chan. And he'll sign every fucking bit of fucking merch for them. And they're paying for this. So they've paid the 250 to go and have a meet and greet with him after. They've paid fucking 300 quid in the club shop. He'll sign fucking 40 fucking bits of fucking memorabilia for him each. If I wanted something signed, he'd say, only one.
I mean, there's some corkers in the comments, I'll tell you now. Max has said Liverpool when the lights went off in the replay. What about when a player was sent off for being the third player to approach the ref? We never saw it ever again, says Mark. Man City says lost my Wolves. Man City game when they were thinking a penalty against us, but a referee overturned the decision to say no. I think that Liverpool one with the cameras is still, to me, one of those that I genuinely, to this day, I can't think that of any other reason but because they wanted Liverpool to go into the FA Cup. Like, that was the only reason. How the fuck have you got a stadium like Anfield and you've not got enough cameras to see whether Totti's offside for that back heel?
There's two clubs in the Premier League without big screens.
Fucking shocking.
Now, if you ain't having the big screens in the Premier League to show replays back on, if you're not going to have them fitted, you shouldn't be in the fucking Premier League.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah,
and that's Man United and Liverpool.
Yeah,
for a reason. Yeah.
What about you, Dapper? Anything that hasn't been
The only one
suggested?
Sorry, Dan. The only one I can recall was 2 weeks ago in the first leg of Villa Forest, where that was it Anderson, the midfielder. Is it Anderson? He'd done a high tackle on that Villa player. I don't know if you recall that, guys.
That off top of my head.
Yeah, it was quite nasty. And because it was the first leg and it was quite early in the game, they seemed to let that one go.
Oh, yes, I do remember that. Yeah, that was
quite a nasty tackle. The VAR did look at it, but no, I think he might have got a yellow. I don't even think he got a yellow, Dan. But I thought they'd done that just to make sure that it was a good first and second leg. So bit biased again.
What about Kilman's goal against West Ham? When apparently someone was in front of the goalkeeper and he was nowhere near him, and they ruled it out. And then the next game, I think it was like the day after, the identical thing happened. I think it was United from a corner and it counted. And I was fucking it's just the consistency of VAR is terrible. Just shocking, isn't it? Absolutely shocking. And the one thing that I actually do hold this club account for is actually coming out there and being the only fucking football club in the Premier League to say, we've had enough of VAR. We want rid of it. And we were the only club to fucking agree with it. And it's me every time now, Sutty. Every time I'm on X and someone moans from a different club about fucking VAR, I just post 19-1. Fuck off. You wanted it. It's you deal with it, sort of thing. You know what I mean? The Flatline Award, the most lifeless performance. So most lifeless performance, basically, from a Wolves perspective. Sutty.
Anything of Jurgen Strand Larsen, fucking dreadful. Lazy bastard. Nothing is worse than a player that renegotiates a deal to get twice as much money, and then they do fuck all. And then he goes round the pitch after, smiling at you with a fucking sly little smirk. And then he's got the audacity to fucking start having a pop at the South Bank. Get your bag, son, and fuck off.
Yeah. Was it Jay and Finn both said for this one, Forest away. I remember that being one of those games where we literally just had no fucking go, no energy whatsoever. You just
should have won it in the end.
It's just shit though, isn't it? Because you just think, well, we run out of gas, but it's just like one of them where it feels more just like the players just couldn't be arsed. It was
36 shots at goal.
Fucking hell, man, don't. It was just one of them where we just like they're saying here, basically, it was one of them where we just fucking defended the whole game, essentially. We just died out and just thought, I
was behind the goal there that night. I was behind the goal, I reckon. I caught the fucking ball 7 times.
Dapper, anything you want to add to the Flatline Award? Most lifeless performance? Anything that comes into your head?
All of them, Dan. All of them. Bar 3 games.
Yeah.
Can I say, if you're going to pick that award, for a team not to win away all season, you got to say all the away games.
Yeah, brilliant. Great answer. Great answer.
Every single away game has been a loss, so I've got to give the away one.
Yeah. That's a good one, actually. We paid for this award the worst value player signing
this year, Dan.
We'll go for this year. Yeah.
I'd say, gonna want me to go for Lopez? A few quid. What did he cost? Dan, 18 million to 20 million. Young kid, supposed to be talented, be brilliant. Same again from the tactical genius. Never got much play time. When he did look decent. And now their club, I think today, said if they want him back or something because he's on loan initially, they want him back. Yeah. I've got to go for Lopez because the kid should have said, no, I'm not going. I want to stop here. I'm in the Premiership. This is the best league. He should have pushed not to go, but he wanted to go. Just like the lads now that wanted to go. I think, was it Doherty? The interview said these lads have got no passion. He knew back, 3-4 months ago? So I think I'll go for Lopez, I think.
Good answer, mate. Yeah, sound. Sutty?
Well, I mean, we could all go for the obvious ones like Chichua and that, but it's got to be John Arias for me.
Yeah. I've got
such a disappointment, that was. Dreadful.
I've got the exact same because I just feel like that was going to be, the one in which you just thought, right, we'll hang a hat on that. That's the marquee signing. Because we always do at least one signing where you think, fuck me, as if he's coming to Wolves. And I thought that about John Arias at first. But yeah, I mean, come on, we've paid far too much money for that guy. A lot of people are saying Arias as well, by the way. Mike has said the same. I think this one's quite cool from Scott, actually. Where is it? Jurgen Strand Larsen gave him a new contract for goals against Shrewsbury.
Yeah. Striking it, yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. And then Luke put Angel fucking Gomez. Loan fee should have been £0 because he has cost us a fucking arm and leg considering he was just a loan player, for Christ's sake. So yeah, good one. Love that, guys. Good job. The Had Enough Award, the most frustrating player. I feel like a lot of us are going to say the same for this one as well. I'll go to you, Sutty.
All right then. Had enough award. Oof. Fucking hell, there's so many candidates for this.
But that's what makes it fun, innit? Because let's be honest, who the fuck would vote player of the season for any of them? Goalers? Who gives a fuck about any of that? Do you know what I mean? There's so many contenders for these awards that it actually makes it quite interesting.
I'm going to give it to Jackson.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to Jackson Chichua because, like I say, he looks the fucking part until you give him a ball.
Yeah.
He's fucking like an headless chicken. Yeah. I'm sure when he plays, coming towards the fucking South Bank,
if
you look at our technical area, there's people on there that show him which way to fucking go.
And
stop him from running down the fucking tunnel. Yeah. He's that fucking useless. He is an headless chicken. He
a lot of people have said that, mate.
He's cost us 13 million quid.
Mm.
Fucking Jesus Christ. Honestly, who thought he was any good? Fucking dreadful.
I've gone for the same, and I've also gone for Tolu just because of his height, and you'd think he'd have like quite a decent aerial ability. You know, the ball coming into the box and whatever. Yeah, okay, we haven't been great with our service and what have you, but come on, like you've got to at least finish your dinners when it counts, and he has got ahead of a 50 pence, and he sometimes it's just especially just recently, to be fair. Max has made a good one here actually. Agbadu, because of how it went.
He got mine. Yeah, I was going to go Agbadu.
That. I never went. I didn't go for that one. That's a good shout. That is Max. Yeah. But I think a lot of people will say Jackson. To be honest, I think just the fact that the pace that he's got, and the fact that we've had players with pace like that, you know, in Traore, when he was at his prime. I was watching a game the other earlier, the one when we played Torino, and he just fucking tore them up. He tore them up the whole game, and it's just like he's got probably about as much pace as Jackson, but he hasn't got the know-how to get the ball from out his feet and actually do something with it. And that's just, I mean, when you're replacing Semedo, who's, let's be honest, towards the end of his tenure, he was probably the most reliable fucking player we had on the pitch at one point. So we've gone from a really reliable player in that side to an absolute liberty. Both answered to that one?
The lad got mine. I was going to say Agbadu because when he first come on the scene last year, I thought, what a fucking tank this lad is. His first touch, he's dominating everything. Yeah. Strikers was pinging off him. And I think for the first 10 games start of the season, he personally was passing straight out of the defence, trying to play football. They was picking up the second ball, and it was a goal.
Oh, mate, he gave away so many fucking goals, didn't he?
The rot started there, did it, Dan?
I just remembered that. I remember being
he was terrible
in the North Bank, right behind the goal, and seeing him physically give the ball away several fucking times. And it was like, this can't be one of those things that's coincidence. It was every game at one point. It was fucking shocking. So that's a good shout. Yeah. Next one, False Hope Award, the moment Wolves tricked us into believing. Now, I'm actually going to extend this because I feel like there's one massive thing here. The False Hope Award is when we first came into this league, them giving us the false hope that signings like Martinho and stuff like that were going to be the ones that were to follow. Going into its 2-7 place finishes, being unlucky in the FA Cup, just all these different things, and then just completely dropping the ball, like you said earlier, Sutty, and just popping the balloon. That's my big false hope, is just Fosun. False Hope Award, Fosun International. For me.
Yep.
What about you, Sutty? You agree?
Agree. But for this season, do you want for this season?
Yeah.
Was the furore around Rob Edwards when is he coming, isn't he going? He wants to come. He loves the club. He's prepared to leave Middlesbrough, getting 4-5 times more money than he was on at Middlesbrough. And he's going to do this, he's going to do that. And then all of a sudden, when it's quite clear he ain't going to do this, he ain't going to do that, well, he's been bought in for next season.
Yeah.
Let me tell you now, he will not do it next season.
No.
When he gets relegated, you've got more chance of going down with him. And I have a funny feeling, and you can bookmark this one, he might not be here after 15 games. And that's another start of a season that we've fluffed.
Dappa?
Yeah, like Sutty said earlier, from the pre-season, lost every single match. Bring your players in like Arias, Tarlu, Fer Lopez, Marshall, Manetzi. Don't know much about these guys, so you think, okay, fresh blood. Sutty said they've never played any Premiership games before, so you still got a bit of faith, or false hope, I should say. 10 games in. These players that replace Cunha, Ayanori, Sarabia and players like that, they couldn't even lace their boots.
That's it, isn't it?
That was the false hope of like, yeah, we've got rid of some. Remember, Cunha was our top goal scorer. I think Ayanori was the best assist in that division. And we just stayed up barely that season. So to get rid of your top goal scorer and your best assists, so they brought these players in. That was the false hope. And then 10 games in, we all looked and thought, then probably need a little bit of time to bed in. So we go on to 15 games. After 15 games, we knew those were all a bag of shit, a lot of them. From Jackson to Arias to Tolu. I had a bit of faith in Tolu, but obviously he's banged heads with the gaffer and he's down tools a long time ago. I think the new signings was false hope.
Yeah, good shout.
Correct.
A lot of people, Scott, Jay, Christine, Rebecca, have all said the same thing. Beating the likes of Liverpool, Villa, etc., and actually thinking that we were going to stay up is a good one as well.
Yep.
A lot of false hope there in the fact that, let's be honest, after a bit, Rob Edwards got found out and started to just be very, very defensive on the pitch and off the pitch, to be fair.
And to win push, yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of fucked us over, really. In the long run, just 2 or 3 left, 3 left, and that's it. Couldn't hit a barn door. Come on, we got to all be on the same page with this one. Fuck me. Couldn't hit a barn door award. The worst finishing. Go to you, Dapper.
The one with the dreadlocks that likes to get his hair pulled. Get a red card. So the mighty dreadlocks, I think, buddy, to be fair.
Yeah, I've got the exact same. And it fucks me off, to be fair, because it really does my tits in, because I somehow had a little bit of hope for this guy. But he just, I don't know what it is, but he scores that lovely little finish against West Ham in the Cup when he chips. And it's a beautiful finish. You're thinking, oh, hello, he's the finished article. This is all right. This is. And then, what the fuck happened? Because every time it came to him, he's just nowhere near it. He's nowhere near it.
Brentford away. He comes in at half time. He was unplayable. Thought, fuck me, he's found his shooting boots. He's hit the bar. He scored one.
Yeah.
He's hit the post.
Yeah.
But they couldn't handle him. That Nathan Collins just could not handle him. He bullied him. Fuck me, he's come to life. The fucking dude went back to sleep again because he's been fucking dreadful since.
Yeah. He has.
And I think at that point we knew he was going down, but we all said to ourselves, that kid is going to smash that championship. Since then, after that, really, he's just degraded and graded, and
yeah,
I don't think he even done his boots up, Dan, to come on the pitch.
Right.
No, in the last game, oh my God, that was shocking. A lot of people saying Hwang Hee-chan, which is a decent shout, to be fair. When we've played him further forward, he hasn't really done anything to write home about, has he? Strand Larson, Christine said, yeah, absolutely. A lot of people are saying Tolu, though. Like, and I mean, like, pretty much everyone is saying Tolu. Yeah. which is fair enough. And then where are we with the next one? Thrown under the Buzz Award, the best and worst press conference quote. So when I say best, I mean the best worst one, pretty much. What's the worst thing you've heard from a press conference from Wolves this season? Go on,
last week when he said, 2 weeks ago, them training hard, training the bollocks off Monday, Friday. 2 weeks later, they've all got to go. I think I'm gonna have a T-shirt of that. They've all got to go.
That is one of the things that I actually thought. I thought someone posted something AI. Genuinely, I thought it was AI. I thought he's no way he said that. There's no fucking way that he has said that. And lo and behold, he had. This is a cracker. This is a cracker.
He followed it up, didn't he, with "Do I not make myself clear?"
Oh, yeah.
Trying to be the big hard man type thing.
I forgot about that one. Yeah.
Max here. Look at this one. Good window.
Oh.
Is that the little man again?
I don't think that gets beat. I mean, that's the worst one.
On live radio as well.
I don't think that. I think that might be the worst one. I genuinely do. Because it could not have been more wrong.
It's funny as fuck.
That one radio interview where he said that, he's also said it doesn't matter what division we're in.
Relegation doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what division we're in, basically. Yeah. And he said something else as well.
No one will get the sack. He said that, which I still think's a load of bollocks.
Yeah.
What was the other thing he did? He said a load of stuff, didn't he? And you were just thinking, what on earth are they doing? Why have they got him in front of a microphone? I mean, I'm happy he did in the end because it sealed the deal, didn't it?
Sorry, Dan, another one just popped in. He said something about atoms, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, fuck it.
Atoms, about being positive and atoms and what the fuck? He'd been on the mushrooms, I think.
That guy, mate, honestly, it will honestly go down as the worst guy that I've ever had at this club. 100%. Fucking abysmal person. Relegation is just a technical term, says Mark.
That's it, yeah. Relegation.
A technical term.
There's loads.
Oh, fucking hell.
Dan, you could have done a show tonight of the top 7 quotes, top 10 quotes, what he's come out of his gob.
Oh, we'll do that in the next one. Me and Sutty are thinking doing stuff like during the break, thinking of doing some like the best of Jeff Shee.
Outtakes a big Jeff.
Because fuck me, man, that guy is literally a cartoon character. It's fucking wild what he's said and done. Unbelievable. The last one, and I'm going to leave this to all of you guys as well. This is the one that is, if you think about it, it's the award, it's the Oscar, it's the fucking absolute pinnacle of the worst of the season awards, hosted by Two Grumpy Wolves. The worst Wolves moment of the season. That can be anything that you want. So you said you've wrote some stuff down, so I'm going to come to you.
Well, you can't get worse than the pre-season and the build-up to the start of the season. That is everything. Your foundations for this season were crumbling in friendlies. Again, we've gone and done late business, panic buying. Not many 1s and 2s in the targets. They're more like 3, 4 and 5s. We set ourselves up to fail by very, very poor decisions made by people that really don't have the best interest of this club at heart in footballing terms. So that award ultimately has to go to Jeff Shee again, because he signed these players off. He should have a director of football that is very, very knowledgeable.
He did. He just didn't answer the door to him.
Yeah, just go to him and say, you should say, what do you think of these 6 players that Vitor and Teti have bought? And he should have ultimate trust in this man or woman. So he should have the ultimate trust in them. And if he hasn't got that one part of the mechanism working, this whole club will fail. And unfortunately, we have failed on an absolutely monumental scale, and it started last June.
Yeah.
No getting away from it.
Yeah. I've put a load for this, to be fair. I've put the fact that it was how long since we won a game of football? We were nearly flirting with being the worst Premier League side that's ever graced the Premier League, and we are still one of them. But at one point, we were the worst one. We were the worst one. We hadn't won a game. We'd lost to every single team coming up.
Up to mid-January, Dan, I think if you go from the start of the season to mid-January, we were the worst team on record to ever be in the Premier League. Yeah. In that window.
We were. We've lost to every single team.
Yeah.
Every single team this season. A lot of people are saying West Ham, that beating, the 4-0 beating, was just, that was it for him. Vitor Pereira squaring up to the South Bank, and that also goes to Strand Larsen as well. What a knobhead. Some people have actually just said there's too many to count, which is fair enough. Scott said literally the moment where we got relegated hit him like a brick. Yeah, I mean, you guys have hit on the head, to be fair. Mine really genuinely is the fact that we have been circling this drain. We've been circling it over and over and over. No one's done anything. Nah, it's all right. Don't worry about it. What do you mean replace the players? We are replacing the players. What do you mean spending the money? We are spending the money. What do you mean we're not able to increase the seating? But we're benchmarking it against teams that we're similar to. We're benchmarking it to Villa. Like they're a similar squad to us. They're a similar help to us. We're still going, by the way. That's all right. Cunha can go. It's all right. He wants to go. You know, he's fine. Neto, yeah, he can go. He's fine. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Best player has ever wore a Wolves shirt in the Premier League. Fucking Neves. Yeah, it's fine, man. It's all right. Just let him go Saudi. There's just been an absolute monster. It's just been absolutely monstrous. It's been fucking abysmal this season, as. And my exact words were, we've been finally, after years of circling the plug hole, and now we're in the fucking sewers. That's how I'm going to leave it. We are literally now in the sewers amongst all the shit. And now we've got to rely on these twats to find some sort of daylight to get us out of it.
Can I just say one thing before you sign off, Dan?
Go on, Dapper.
What I find heartbreaking is, since I've been a kid, the Wolves fans have always been together, from Division 3, 2, 1, back down to Division 1, 19,000 MK. Even our fans, we don't clap no more. We don't celebrate. There was nothing to celebrate, but it didn't matter then, Dan. But Fosun have ripped the heart out of the hardcore fans. That's what breaks my heart the most as well. Any division, doesn't matter what division we're in, Wolves will be there. But for the last 6 years, you look around the stadium, like I think Sutty mentioned, they're talking about the bastardologies and stuff like this. So to split that hardcore 18,000 or 20,000, what's been there from day dot, that's what breaks my heart, Dan.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, listen, it's been fun. A lot of home truths and everything. Hope you guys have had a good time and everything. We've made a little bit more of a light-hearted awards thing, just because I couldn't, like I repeat myself, but I literally couldn't believe they were actually asking us to vote for anything that was positive this season. Hope you guys have had fun with it. We'll be back next Thursday. I'll be doing the match. What was it? Burnley. Should be doing the watch along for that. I mean, do we even are we even bothered about the Burnley game, guys? Do you even give a shit?
Well, it does bring in 3 million to pay Raúl's bit of wages, so yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, but it's 3 million that we ain't going to see anyway.
No problem, mate.
Do you know what I mean? It's 3 million for a new fucking jacuzzi for.
Look, on the positive side, Dan, if we do win and we get the 3 million, the money that they've lost on season ticket sales is 3.2 million by slash prices. So if we get that 3 million in the coffers, it only cost them 200 grand to silence us.
Yeah. Sorry if I didn't say any of your things. I did try and go through everybody's on our Discord. Please go to our Discord as well. The link is in the description of the video. That's along with the green room for future calls. Thank you guys for calling up as well. Appreciate you, Sutty and Dappa, for being here on a Thursday afternoon as always. I'll just leave you with one more thing. My thing that I never thought I'd do this season was get rid of this. Never thought I'd ever do that, but I was at such a crossroads of, do I just keep doing this? Do I just keep giving them the money? Do I keep fueling this fucking fire? Or do I just say enough's enough? Until shit's sorted, you ain't getting me in that stand, regardless of how much that chair means to me. That is the worst part of my season, but at the same time, it's vindicating me to doing more content for you guys. So in a roundabout way, it's a blessing. But mate, it does hurt. It does really hurt not having that seat. I've got to be honest. But one of them. Hopefully it comes back at some point.
Dan, can I just say something quick, Dan? Totally off topic here. The old gold pack are launching their 150
yes.
Shirt. Do you want to tell people about that?
Yeah, so let me just get it up. Just explain a couple of things about it, and I'll get some facts up about it, Sutty, just while I load up my X a sec. So what's it all about, mate? And then I'll just quickly get.
So obviously next season's our 150-year anniversary, and the old gold pack have designed a shirt, a really old school shirt, you know. Very, very old gold colour, a new crest. They've put a lot of work into this. The money's going to charity. The profits are going to charity. So we're urging people, excuse me,
it's all right,
to buy this shirt. I believe it's under 50 quid, which for a shirt is really good. And it's being launched on Saturday night at North Street Bar in Wolverhampton. So, look out for it. It'll be online. Go on the Old Gold Pack website. Sizes from extra small up to XXL.
Yeah.
These lads have put a lot of work into this. Kieran Nui, I believe Ryan Lester's involved as well. So support them. Because it's all the profits are going to really good charities.
I've just got the sorry to interrupt you, so I've just got the information on the screen there, guys. So it's the 150 year anniversary short shirt launches, as Sutty's just said there. All goes towards charity, which is great. There's actually an event happening. It's all for Compton Care, which is great. And there's an event happening at the venue called North Street Social Club. I think it's called. Is that right?
Yeah.
And there's live music from my mates, actually, the Last Pioneers. Shout out to those guys. So there's live music going on. It starts at 7 p.m. On the 23rd. and you can get your hands on the shirt then, I'm guessing, Sut. So it's just a nice occasion there to get involved and celebrate with some good guys from the old goal pack.
They've put a lot of work into this, and it's the profits go into really good charities. And so try, if you can, if you got a spare 50 quid, go and buy that instead of buying Sudo shit.
Absolutely. It's also designed by one of our friends called Nathan. Ironically, his name's Nathan, WWFC Design, who's worked with Wolfpack in the past. He's a very, very talented guy as well. So there's some really, really nice people around. The Wolves Report people as well, of course. So yeah, please go and support these guys as well as the charities, of course. Well, it's a beautiful shirt. To be fair, I've got it up here. It's the old goals that apparently Sudo couldn't sort out for everybody. It's more very, very, very old gold from what I'm looking at the picture. It's got the traditional city crest, but they've done like their own sort of version of it. A lot of people were moaning about this, but I actually know that there was a few things that went wrong. Basically, they couldn't get all of everybody to agree. Basically, that they had to have agree to be able to use the old crest. So they've done sort of like their own version of it, but it's still got the motto on there as well, which is really cool. And I will be getting one of these 100% because I'm not touching Sudo with a fucking barge pole, whether they fucking invited me to Manchester or not. So yeah, thank you very much for joining us, guys. As Sutty said, get involved with the old goal pack 150 year anniversary shirt, and we'll see you